Hey guys, Brian here with Wolf's Prairie Outdoors. We're fixing to process a deer we just shot. It's been in the cooler for a few days thanks to a buddy of ours who has this awesome processing room. And we wanted to show you what the 4570 did as far as entrance and exit wound. I know we said earlier in the previous video that at first we thought there was no exit wound, and turned out there was. Just no blood really came out. Once we got to really looking, there was a slight pink mist where it initially exited, and that was it. So we're going to show you what it did. The bullet actually tumbled inside and went up, even though the deer was downhill from me. It was pretty wild. But what we're using is the Hornady 325 grain Lever Evolution FTX for the 4570, and the lead and copper jackets separate a lot of the time. So this actually lodged between the meat and the skin on the exit side. So if you look, we've got two exit wounds here, and the jacket was wedged down here, lead came out up here. Very minimal damage really, a little bit of bloodshot meat, but not too awful bad. So then if we come around here to our entrance side, we've got a little bit of hair on here yet, but pretty wicked entrance wound obviously. You get that slap effect and it just really tore a nice big hole through there. Got a good bit of bloodshot meat on the rib cage here. The entrance wound is halfway down the rib cage, and I was uphill from him, yet our exit wound is up next to the spine. The bullet tumbled when it went through, blew his lungs to jello, and you can see that temporary wound cavity when the bullet just expanded really did a number on his spine. And like we said, we had two exit wounds out on the right side of his body up into his shoulder. So all in all, it didn't do that bad of damage. I mean, we've seen broadheads do worse. It's all about shot placement. After, looking closely at it, what we can really figure is when the bullet entered, it hit that rib that it split into and ricocheted up. That must be what caused it to roll up and exit up towards the spine. And I mean, the 4570 did its job, did it well. Put it down, it went 10 yards, and that was it. It was done. I would not say this is too much for deer because it's an ethical kill. It killed it quickly. And I didn't have to track it for 50 or 60 yards or more. It was 10 yards. I could see it from the stand just about, but it was behind some brush. It's one gun you can really hunt just about anything on the North American continent with and tailor it to your needs depending on the load. Factory loads will get you pretty much anywhere you need to be, and if you really want to tailor it to a specific thing, you can hand load. This was obviously a very strong deer because even with that damage to his back, a double lung shot, he was kicking like crazy across the ground, but he only managed to go 10 yards because he never got back up on his feet. He was on his side kicking. You could see in the video dirt was flying, and that's all the further he went. So definitely a good caliber choice, and like we said, you can tailor it to whatever you want to shoot on the North American continent. It is an excellent caliber to go with. We're going to try some other cartridges on future hunts, and that way we'll give you a good example of what a different variety of rounds will do to different animals. One thing about us is we're not desperate for the meat. This is meat for our table. This is to help provide for our families. I want to make a nice, clean, ethical kill, and that's another reason we choose the 4570. It's going to do the job, and it's going to do it quick. We're going to wait for that good shot when he's broadside, and we're going to place that shot appropriately. We're not going to just jump and snap the shot off. Well, I hope you guys can see there's really not a lot of wasted meat. I hope it helps convince some of you guys that 4570 actually is a viable cartridge for whitetail deer, even here in the South, because we've got some small deer here. He was about 150 pounds pre-gutting, so I'm perfectly happy with how much meat we've got. There's not that much wasted, and he's definitely going to be some good eats. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good one.